Hello, ladies and gentlemen. ADD Venture here. Just coming to you with a non-political talk today. It's just mostly going to be about cars, actually. Particularly the Ranger, but also a little bit on everything else. So I've been working on the Ranger, the drift truck, trying to get it running again. Mostly because this car has been having issues where I'm smelling coolant come through the air conditioner every once in a while. So like, I really am on the fence about, and as you can hear, the friggin' belts and everything, which means that I gotta test it out, but could mean there's a pulley going bad. I suspect it's either on the power steering pump or the air conditioner condenser, or one of those two things is just going bad and it's causing the actual pump or condenser, or the belt itself, to rub. Anyways, so I've had way too many problems with this car, so I'm debating on just getting a new one, but I've never been one to get a new vehicle. Nice blinker. Idiota. I've never been one to get like a car before my previous one has like blown up on me. Mostly because I've always been broke. But also that's just kind of the way my family's always been, was, you don't get rid of something until you paid it off, and then also it dies on you. Which I guess technically speaking, this thing has died on me 3 or 4 times now, and I fixed it. The last one I had to get a whole new top end put on it, which actually costs more than I owe on the car still, which is annoying. So I still owe just shy of like 3 grand on this car, and I'm kind of really debating on just paying it all off right now and then going and getting like a new Subaru Crosstrek. But my only hesitation with a new car is that I hate that they lose like half their value as soon as you drive off the lot. It seems like just as stupid to me. So I mean, I guess I could probably maybe find like a certified pre-owned one or something like that from a dealership, but I'll have to see. The reason why I want to go with the Crosstrek is, from everything I've heard, most people, Subarus are pretty reliable, and I like the all-wheel drive. It's basically just looks like a lifted Impreza to me, so I like that. It's like a small SUV-ish type vehicle that I can, drive daily without like modifying and stuff like that too much. I'll probably do like some, if I get it, I'll probably do some like, not reliable, well, reliability modifications always, but, good oil, spark plugs, things like that. But also just like convenience things like, roof rack, mud flaps, trailer hitch, stuff like that. Just to, be able to get the full utilization out of it. But I think that's probably where I'm heading. I hate spending money I don't have to, and I really wish that I could have gotten I really want a new cruiser motorcycle again, because I sold my old one like an idiot. But it helped me, that money helped me get through a little bit of a rougher time, so, we'll see what happens. Where the heck did that dude come from? Huh. Anyways, so why am I trying to get my my drift truck up and running? Well, you see, I like to have at least one vehicle, or I like to have at least 2 vehicles running when one of mine starts acting up. So, like, I have a small motorcycle, like a little 125 Grom, brand new. Well, was brand new in 2018. I don't get to ride it too often anymore because now I just am being kind of lazy. But and it's been raining a lot, but that's no excuse. So I have that, but like I really don't want to ride that. Like that would mean I'd have to leave like maybe about 15 minutes earlier on my commute because I can't go down the highway on that bike. So I'd have to take, there's another like surface street highway kind of thing that I could take that would take me a little bit longer. It just you know, it would be fun to ride. I just, one, it's been raining a lot randomly here, and two, it would take me, you know, a good additional like 15 minutes minimum to get down to work. So that's kind of been my hesitation on that. But you know, if this car goes down, I at least have that option. But I also like to have an option if it's raining. So unfortunately, between the drift truck and my tow rig, both of which are not working right now, the drift truck, oddly enough, might be easier. You know, the truck that's been sitting in a field for 5 years might actually be easier to fix, because the only thing wrong, there's only one thing wrong with my tow rig, and that is that it is missing, well, it's not missing, the teeth on the flywheel for the starter have completely worn out. Yeah, so I have to drop the transmission and get a new flywheel, put it all back together by myself in my driveway because I can't move it. And it is a Chevy 1989 Chevy K2500 diesel, which means the transmission is pretty fucking big. Nah, I just swore. It should be long enough into the video where it doesn't matter. The transmission is pretty freaking big and pretty heavy. I gotta drop the transfer case. I gotta detach all the stuff to it and drop the transmission, pull the flywheel out, go to my buddy at the auto parts shop, make sure we get the right flywheel, put it back on, lift the dang transmission back up. So it's gonna be a massive pain to do by myself in my driveway, which makes me wish I had a garage still. But yeah, and it's been raining so dang much. But so, you know, what's wrong with the race truck? Well, potentially just two things: vacuum leak on the valve cover, I think. That's what I've diagnosed it as. Now, if there's another vacuum leak, I don't know, but I got a full gasket kit, so I'm just gonna replace all of them. And then I need to bleed the heck out of the clutch master cylinder, which again, I hate the Ford Ranger 2.3 engine. It's the only 4-cylinder I know of that has 8 spark plugs, and is so far into the dang firewall that like it's like, yeah. So like most places, like most vehicles, just to get like the you know, the exhaust and the intake off, and to go put a new gasket on there, and then same thing with the valve cover, will be easy as hell. But like, so the 2.3 has 8 spark plugs that essentially you need to pull when you're like, thankfully I'm not doing another head gasket removal or replacement, because that block is cast iron and that thing is heavy, and it's back, it's like tongued down into the dang thing, into the friggin' truck. So, but to actually get just the valve cover off, with normally would just be like bolts, pull it off, there it is, bang, boom, you're good to go. Just to get that off, I have to take off the throttle body, the intake piping, and half of the actual intake itself. And remove all of the cables and wires for all 8 spark plugs. And then it's like 8 bolts, 2 or 4 of which are back underneath the firewall. So I hate that. I hate that engine. The truck is, well, I guess it's fine. I drove it for like 3 months before it blew up the first time. But I think as long as I get the vacuum leak fixed, it'll be that. The engine will should potentially run fine. I'm gonna run like a whole bunch of fluids and stuff through it, clean it all out. You know, it has been sitting for so long. And then I have to bleed the master cylinder, but you can't do it from a bleeder screw. You have to, one, either get inside, take off like a clamp thing that's recessed inside of the actual like master cylinder itself, to pull it out while it's in the truck and bleed it in the truck, which means you get brake fluid all inside, which I actually tried to do that and I could not get that little thing out. So I'm gonna have to do step 2, which is essentially I have to go pull the fender, god dang it, what do you call it? The fender cover, the inside the fender, the plastic part, which I don't really need anyways. I'm probably gonna get rid of it on both sides, just so I have easier access for whenever this happens again. I gotta pull that off, jack the truck up a little bit, get inside the actual truck, disconnect the clutch master cylinder from the clutch pedal itself, pull the whole assembly out through the firewall, and then I should have better access to the pin, probably. And then once I do that, I can pull the pin out. I have to hold it at like a 45-degree angle and then sit there, fill the top reservoir up with brake fluid and pump the master cylinder until like fluid just comes streaming out. And hypothetically speaking, that should fix my transmission issues, probably. So hopefully sometime in the next like week or so I can get all that done, just in case this thing decides to die on me again, and I can at least have some form of vehicle with a roof to get me to and from work. Yeah. So the only reason why I'm even considering buying a new car now, which I've never done before in my life, is just the fact that I know if it's new, hypothetically speaking, it should run flawlessly, at least for the first like 30 to 40,000 miles. I will say I do put a lot of miles on my vehicles generally. Not recently, because I haven't been going to see my family up in the other side of the country. It's generally like a 12-hour drive to get back to my family farm, and same thing, the 12-hour drive to get to my other family's meeting spot, where there's like usually a festival that we do every year. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I'm kind of leaning more and more towards getting a cross track. I might, next time I have a day off, I might have to go and look into one, see about paying off my bike and my car so I don't have any, I can lower my insurance payments, and then trying to trade this guy in. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, so that's my, I guess, my car conversation rant. Oh, and you know, once the drift truck is actually running and driving, I can do some test runs with it. My buddy moved back down to here from where he was at, and he will, me and him both promised each other that we were going to make sure we both got out of the house, because we've both been kind of just like chilling on the couch too much, when we used to, like, you know, drive and go to races and stuff all the dang time. So I told him, I'm like, you're gonna hold me accountable and I'm gonna hold you accountable. We gotta actually go out and do stuff once you get settled in. And he said, okay. So hopefully we can get all that squared away. Hopefully I can get my truck up and running and up to spec to compete in the I guess basically shit box category until she blows the first time, and then I'm gonna replace the engine with something. I don't know, but yeah, so you all have a nice day, and you know, be safe. Can't smile, just laugh. Bye.